Alright guys, I feel like we have talked Assassin's Creed to death, and yet more crap keeps coming up. It is absolutely insane. Before we get started, huge shout out to Asmongold for covering my last video I did on this topic. I couldn't believe it. I saw in my YouTube notifications I was mentioned in the video, and I look and I'm like, holy crap, that's my video there. What's going on? I guess somebody had actually tagged him in it on Reddit or something, but either way, massive kudos to Asmongold. I really appreciate the coverage. That's fantastic. I still don't really know what to say. Pretty speechless over the entire thing. That being said, I do have a lot of this information, a lot of the videos related to this topic on my website, minimaleffort.shop. I've got all the news, the merch, the videos, all the links to my other video upload sites, as well as live streaming sites that I'm on. Make sure you check it out. It's in the description of the video down below. So this Assassin's Creed Shadows thing has been a massive controversy, and every day I'm hearing from Japanese people on Twitter, in the comments on these videos, saying how angry they are with Ubisoft, how angry they are with Thomas Lockley, the author of the book that a lot of this has been more or less inspired by. And it's unfortunate because they feel like their culture and their history is not being respected by the West, down to the point where Assassin's Creed, where Ubisoft will actually take a weapon that they found from I guess they bought it on Amazon. It's the katana from one of the characters from One Piece, and then they put it in part of their display for their Assassin's Creed Shadows display at a fan expo in Paris. They even cheaped out and bought like a cheapy little stand to put it on for like 20 bucks from Amazon. A little, porcelain geisha next to it. It's embarrassingly cheap and very disrespectful, in my opinion, the way that Ubisoft is going about portraying these characters that are supposed to be based in history. And the funny thing is, it's not just Japanese people, it's not just the Westerners like, us in the US who are like, wait a second, we wanted an Assassin's Creed Shadows game set in Japan with a Japanese samurai, what the hell's going on? No, it's apparently in France, nobody wants this either. So this Japan Expo in Paris, apparently they couldn't even get people to pay attention to their demo, to their, exhibit that they had. So if you look at these pictures right here, this is pretty crazy. Let me see if I can actually open up this tweet. I guess this isn't embedded. It's fine. So you can see right here, you've got the Assassin's Creed Shadows exhibit, and people not even facing the screen that they have here. They're facing the other way, sitting on the benches. In fact, you can see, oh, here we go. Bigger picture. Yeah, you can see right here that they are just sitting facing the opposite way, not even paying attention to the exhibit. It's absolutely embarrassing. They were even at one point asking people not to sit there unless they're going to actually be facing the screen, due to the fact that they were sitting there and turning around looking at like the Nintendo exhibit, because right behind them was Nintendo featuring, I think, the Paper Mario game, a much bigger deal than Assassin's Creed Shadows. Let's be honest. Nobody is excited for this game. So that being said, it's been one, bit of negative press after, the other for Ubisoft for this game. On top of the fact, you got to remember, they do have their Star Wars Outlaws game coming out in, boy, I think it's just a few weeks or a couple months here. And nobody's excited for that one either. So this is just like two games back to back that they have invested all this time and money in that are just going to flop like a dead fish when they release. So now what you have is apparently the author of the African Samurai book, Thomas Lockley, who's been massively discussed here, very controversial figure given the fact that he himself tried to edit the Wikipedia entries to support the claims that he made in his book covering this character. Now it's been shown that apparently he himself is the author of the Britannica, the Encyclopedia Britannica article about Yasuke. Not even kidding. This guy has gotten so heavily invested in this character that he is basically the authority that has edited, tried to edit Wikipedia. He's edited the Encyclopedia Britannica now. Apparently the previous editor was this guy, Everett Munoz, but now he's been replaced by Thomas Lockley on there. So very, very strange stuff. And if you actually go to the Encyclopedia Britannica and you look up Yasuke, it has all the basic historical evidence, although there are pieces where it says, oh, well, we had to rely on rumors and, unpublished writings from certain people, and basically, had to fill in what we could from this to what we know about this character. And of course, it has inspired all these different anime and writings, one of which being Assassin's Creed Shadows, which has caused significant controversy due to debate about historical accuracy. And then you see Thomas Lockley signs it down here. And now we see, apparently, that Thomas Lockley, the historian who promoted Yasuke as a samurai, did a podcast with Ubisoft about it. So, to all the people claiming, what do you care? Why the big deal? What's the controversy? What does it matter? He didn't try to make his book about, a historical side of it. It was all fiction. Here he is being brought on by Ubisoft, where they're trying to use him as a historical reference for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now remember, Assassin's Creed Shadows is a game that has been lambasted for the fact that they have ruined and butchered so many cultural references when it comes to architecture, when it comes to the language itself, using Chinese architecture, not placing shrines and torii gates in the correct areas, completely just ignoring the actual history and the culture itself. But they bring in this guy who's a fan fiction author who tried to edit Wikipedia to suit his own narrative and wrote the article on the Encyclopedia Britannica trying to back up his claims as a historical reference for Assassin's Creed Shadows. This is just incredible. So you see this account here. It's been translated. It says, here you go. Sorry for calling so late. Please share with English-speaking countries. And this right here is a podcast. It says, Echoes of History Shadows, Yasuke, the First African Samurai. And you can see it says right here, Yasuke is one of the most captivating and yet mysterious figures within Japanese history. In 1581, at the height of the Civil War, he crossed paths with the country's most powerful warlord, Oda Nobunaga. Their meeting bound the two men together and set Yasuke on a path to becoming the first known samurai of African descent in Japan. Despite the fact that, again, you go back to the Britannica article, and even Thomas Lockley says it's debatable, what samurai actually meant at that time, because, there's different ideas and interpretations of what really constituted a samurai. If you're a Japanese viewer in the audience, please explain to me if it's actually ever been heavily debated what makes a samurai, because I understood that there was very strict parameters that make a samurai, but we'll continue with this here. Let's see, it says, delving into the history behind one of the two main characters in the latest Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Matt Lewis and Thomas Lockley examined the few surviving historical sources to reveal what we know about Yasuke, Japan's first African samurai. And then, of course, it says, Echoes of History is a Ubisoft podcast brought to you by History Hit. So, again, more proof that all they're doing here is trying to use his book, his character, his fan fiction as the basis for a historical character that they claim is the first historical protagonist of an Assassin's Creed game, despite the fact that this man has had his fingers in the middle of every reference site about this character, despite the fact that he has been caught trying to edit things to fit his own narrative about the character. It's just completely insane. Let me know what you guys think about all this. I'm floored that this has gotten to this point, but I mean, it's where we are now, and apparently it's not going away anytime soon. So make sure you check out the links in the description down below. Let me know what you think about all this, and I will catch you guys later. Alright, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have two channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.